What's good, YouTube? And welcome to a very interesting double down buyout that's causing a lot of conversations on market theory itself. Gadget Trio started out this month, yes, the rare look at a 1 month graph here on Market Watch, around $3 and then went towards $6. And people were like, okay, maybe it's from like a YouTuber enjoying it. I don't know exactly what's happening, but the Shining Sarcophagus deck had multiple buyouts and it is kind of fun. Then vendors did their thing. They started listing their copies, going into the hype, and it came all the way back down into the threes, and then it started a little roller coaster, and here it sits once again around $6 lowest, with a lot of the sales starting to match back up towards that range. And you can see here the actual sales data and amount of them that were going around $3 to $4 earlier in the week. So when it comes down to this card, what's also perplexing is the quarter century secret rare is doing nothing but sinking. People just want access to any version of this card to be playing it in physical, yet they are avoiding the highest rarity. 3 whole sales this month on them, and yeah, it's kind of a weird one to see a highest version go down with this go up twice and zero pressure towards it. So again, the theories range towards people wanting to play a casual deck in the format and stepping away while they watch the metagame, and there is supposed to be a ban list knocking on the door right about now, keeping Yugi tubers glued to their sets, and I can imagine that leading to some playing with odd-off decks and it getting attention, but I don't think that's the only thing really pushing up the Shining Sarcophagus deck. There's also the Kaiba deck and wanting to fight with little Yugi against Kaiba like Dark-Sided Dimensions maybe. There's a lot of different things being thrown at the wall for this. Let me know your opinion down in the comment section, because it is notable that this one does nothing but go down while this continues its roller coaster. I want to bring up Light of Destruction, the new print being on TCG Player, because sealed obviously is starting out high, even though there's no pre-sale lock, because it's a low amount of sellers. I do urge you to look around at other markets like Card Market, rare Card Market mention. I know. The thing is, Card Market tends to lag behind our market a bit, except this is an EU exclusive wave, so you can see where English boxes start to line up in euros versus this being much overpriced, but you do have to take into consideration international shipping or people having to put them on flights during YCSs for these to end up over here. So as this market develops, it is going to be interesting, and I do know a lot of people are criticizing the ultimate rares coming out of here and saying they don't look so hot. So these individual prices on our market may be very skewed versus the EU, and I do urge you to look up what they're going for over there before going after them at events. A similar thing is the Pharaoh's rares right out of Mavens, for an example of how this translates to our market. The ultra rare, ridiculously priced and bought out around, I want to say 600, 500 here, where the secret rare is the one we can pull from our version and is up due to that new blue eye support we mentioned coming out. So it's been getting targeted here and there, but relistings have been coming in, whereas on Card Market, their ultra rare is the lower version, although there is only one English and it is kind of up there, so it has been, you know, recently targeted or pulled from their market with the blue eye stuff, where the English secret rare is more ridiculous nosebleed price for English than their ultra. I actually have a card that a friend asked for, and I was like, you know what? This is really hard to price. I didn't even know I had a DTP one in my collection until I was going through my DT stacks and I was actually looking at the set codes. So, Cyber Dragon is a very expensive card with a sale at light play at $1,730, and the only listings are a heavy play at $1,000 and a mod play at $1,700. So I want to ask you in the audience, how would you price a card like this, especially for a friend? Because when it comes down to it, mine is very near minty, except for a line that came probably from either the manufacturing or the DT machine at the event. I don't know how common that is. It goes all the way through uniformly here, so I would say light play. I know some people would list that at near mint, but I'll say light play. And the price I came up with this sale on there is $1,500 for the friend price. But I want to know what you would put a card like this that doesn't have any comparables really on the market except for one like sale and no listings at all with all the Edison hype going on. How would you price that personally, for a friend. I'm kind of in a stumped position where I was like, I thought 1500 was good, but the Discord was saying, yeah, put it higher, you can control the market, etc. And I'm like, no, that's not how you hook up a friend, dudes. But it is a ridiculously priced card and hard to find. There are cards like this on the market where it's just like, what do you do with them? Also, speaking of the cheaper end of the market, quarter century secret rares from the 25th anniversary collection are still going down. Now, I think that'll continue through the 10s as even more quarter centuries flood the market, but Bonanza is seen as rarity collection 3. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you think things will finally start to go up with a successor, a true one to the set in Bonanza? Or do you think that Bonanza is so different that people want reach back and get stuff for their collection like they did with Rarity 1 when Rarity 2 was coming out? I personally think it's still a lot of really good cheap stuff, and the fact that when I did my penny stonks market watch, everyone in the Discord kept suggesting cards from here, and I was like, no, limit 3. But there are so many good cards in here for cheap that it is one to watch for sure, yet nobody wants to open it, and it is so far under MSRP now that it's laughable and should show Konami their previous mistakes, hopefully. U-Bell was announced for the 10s, speaking of the 10s, so be aware, this has a quarter century secret rare reprint coming because it is on the cover. Molcharmy Perulia quarter century secret rare is going up here. We do have one listing at 160 before it's 180. Yesterday there was only 180 at one point, so be aware people are buying in that range too. I feel like the next Molcharmy will power creep it a bit, but also people might play them together in tandem together in the side deck for extra power options, especially when they know they're going second, which may bring back player brain the, no, you go first move after siding. It will be interesting to see if people start sneaky siding and specifically for going second and say, no, you go first, and creating this next level mind game we saw in certain formats. But again, that's player brain versus right now the market is speaking that they do like the Molcharmy, and this version, I believe from top rated sellers, is a low of 52, so it is holding its spike back up. Yeah, 54 here actually almost. So be aware that people are buying it for this regional season, and that original theory of the next one replacing it, keeping it low, not really happening. Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid Neo Tempest Terahertz, that's quite the name. It's going up from Maze of Memories, but also keep in mind, Maze of Memories is eligible for reprints in the 10s. It's listed there. So we do already see reprints from it, and people are buying into the hype from Malice. We also see that Firewall Dragon Singularity actually never got a reprint here so far. Cyberstorm Access, is that also? Yeah, that's eligible for 10s too, I believe. Yeah, Dissipator, etc. So be aware, 2 Firewalls, both that are up for reprints and have the name Firewall, and Konami kind of likes to cash in on Firewall, but they're going up currently. Crystron Quan Dax is up in price for the secret rare. It debuted in Ultra. That's not really moving too much fast. I think this is a White Forest text. I was reminding myself not to say White Woods because, you know, OCG versus TCG name. But seriously, this is going up for that deck. Quick Synchro option. And then you also have Subterra Behemoth Fiendus. This is getting argued in my Discord for whether it's good or not for the deck. But going up only has 1 printing for Mimaghoul. Again, this one has 2 printings. This one only has 1 from Circuit Break, so it's a pretty old card at this point. But again, people arguing on flipping their own stuff, wanting it in certain positions, versus the actual price has been trailing up now for a little bit. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy these more discussion-based ones as well, while still bringing plenty of cards that are actually changing in price. I like to delve into the other side and talk about a bit of the theory, as well as like the what would you do's. I haven't done that in a long time. It's weird to go through my collections and sell pieces. Like, it's not one that I actually care about on this one, though, yet it's so ridiculous at this point.